Hey guys, Goshuki here. Just wanted to talk a little bit more about Destiny 2. We had the reveal the other day, and I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit more about that, as well as talk about some of the other information that's been popping up on YouTube and websites across the interwebs. So, first, a couple of things. The game is coming to PS4 and Xbox One on September 8th. All footage that was shown from the game at the show was from the PS4 Pro version, which will be running at 4K on PS4 Pro. So far, they have announced that all the console versions will be running at 30 frames per second. Now, obviously, that might be different for the Xbox Scorpio. That's something we'll find out more about later, possibly at E3. After that, there will be some PlayStation exclusive content, nothing new there. And as we all kind of guessed it, Destiny 2 will not be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Basically, they said it's pretty unrealistic, which I can understand. The PC version of Destiny 2 is going to be coming out soon after the launch of the console versions. We don't have an exact date yet, but it won't be September 8th like with Xbox One and PS4. The PC version is going to use Battle.net. It's going to be developed by Vicarious Visions in conjunction with Bungie. And the PC version is going to support a 4K resolution like the PS4 Pro, but it's going to have a couple extras like an uncapped frame rate, field of view slider, mouse keyboard support, text chat, etc. Destiny 2 takes place during and after the Cabal invasion of Earth, in which they destroy and take over the last city, cover up the Traveler, causing Guardians to lose all their powers, destroying all our loot, and basically having everyone start over from level 1. Level 1 gear and level 1 stats. There's 3 new subclasses, which we talked about a bit in the last video. And armor now doesn't have intellect, discipline, and strength like before. It looks like we're going to be working with armor, recovery, or agility as perks on our armor. Each class now has an ability that is basically present across all subclasses you select. The Warlock has the ability to put down a circle that heals players who stand in it. Titans can make a big shield that provides cover and can seal off an area. And Hunters, they have a global dodge ability, which is kind of cool. You can either dodge, roll, and reload your weapon, or dodge near enemies to gain melee charge. As far as subclasses, we talked about them before, but we got Dawnblade for Warlock, Sentinel or Captain America for Titans, and Arcstrider for Hunters. And it looks like all of the original subclasses are being reworked to kind of fit in the new system. And what we've been seeing with some of them they look pretty cool. The weapon system has changed quite a bit, it seems. The first slot is for kinetic weapons, which are going to be non-elemental primary weapons like auto rifles, pulse rifles, hand cannons, and SMGs. Second weapon is going to be energy weapons, which are going to be like the same weapons, but with that do elemental damage. And then the third slot is going to be power weapons, which are going to be like sniper rifles, shotguns, fusion rifles, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, etc. Some of the lucky people that got to be at the event gave us a look at some of the exotic weapons that we saw at the event. The Hunter class that they got to play as had a Sunshot hand cannon, which looks like it can shoot 150 rounds per minute and deal 200 damage to its targets. The first perk it had was Sunburn, which produces explosive rounds to highlight targets. And the second perk was Sunshot, which makes enemies explode. The next one was an auto rifle that was given to the Titan class called Sweet Business. And its first perk was Payday, which increases hipfire accuracy and the size of the magazine. And then the second perk increased range and rate of fire the longer the weapon continued to fire. And Warlocks were given the opportunity to use the submachine gun Risk Runner, which The first perk it had was Arc Conductor, which increases the power of the weapon upon taking arc damage. And the second perk, basically when the first perk is active, it modified the weapon to fire chain lightning shots and return ammo. So, and some interesting exotics we saw. We also kind of saw in the trailer that there was a katana, so we're assuming the swords are still in. Some other things we kind of noticed: there's no cross save system, and there's not going to be dedicated servers. We also just recently learned that there are not going to be Grimoire cards anymore, so all of the story is going to be in game. Players that went to the event were treated to the first mission, which is kind of an intro to the game, the Cabal attacking, a full strike, which is pretty awesome, and then they got to try out the new PvP mode Countdown. Few things about PvP. We'll probably maybe make a whole video on PvP because there was a lot of information, but all PvP is going to be based around 4 versus 4 now. And that does include Trials of Osiris, which they did mention. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how Trials plays out in the new in Destiny 2. Pretty excited to give it a try. Not much more on PvP. We don't know what modes will be returning besides Trials and this new Countdown mode. There won't be private matches at launch. And ammo crates now only give power ammo to the player who opens the crate. So not everyone who's around it like before, which will be interesting. But anyway, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll probably be talking about Destiny 2 a lot more, maybe even a little bit more about Destiny 1. I'm Ghost Shuki, and thanks for watching.